Welcome back, another episode. The boys have often made comparisons to the larger cinematic superhero universes, but even though Season 4 ended somewhat like Avengers: Infinity War, Season 5 won't resemble Avengers: Endgame at all. The boys are getting ready for their farewell appearance in Season 5 after 4 incredible seasons. Even though the show regularly mocks and imitates superhero and comic book movies in general, the 4th season's ending of the show concluded on a depressing note as every one of the boys, aside from Billy Butcher, was captured separately. The renowned Infinity War ending, in which the heroes are bereft of all hope, was merely a preamble to the grand finale of the Infinity Saga, Endgame, in which the heroes would triumphantly return and Tony Stark, possibly the most important character in the story, would give his life in a selfless act to save his friends. However, Season 5 of The Boys is looking to be something very different, particularly because Butcher, the main character, is traveling a completely different route than Tony in the MCU. The majority of superhero television programs often divide good and evil, or light and dark, into two different camps. Because of this obvious division, hero films are compelled to provide a conclusion in which good triumphs over evil in order to make sense and not leave the viewer feeling hopelessly depressed. But in the last scenes of the film, when Thanos obtained all the Infinity Stones and obliterated half of all life, Infinity War, which debuted in theaters in 2018, totally defied this anticipation. Viewers were put to the test by this terrifying conclusion, which made them desperate to see what happened next. Similar to this, The Boys' 4th season just concluded on one of the most sinister cliffhangers ever, with every character in the narrative having been caught. One team member has managed to escape capture, though it's unlikely that his trip will be similar to Tony Stark's. In actuality, Butcher has evolved into a monster akin to the Superman, and he is adamant about completing his task regardless of the consequences to others. There's no denying the connections between Butcher and Stark between the MCU and the boys. Despite their haughtiness, both guys are the greatest at what they do. Both guys are significantly improved when they are surrounded by a team, even if they find it difficult to form relationships and collaborate with others. Furthermore, both Butcher and Stark have grown fond of a young apprentice they mentor, Huey Campbell for Butcher and Peter Parker for Stark. But this is maybe the point at which their stories diverge. A show called The Boys doesn't hesitate to include tragedy and death in each episode. While Butcher cruelly murdered numerous well-known characters in Season 4, including Victoria Newman, nearly all of the 7 and all of the boys are still alive as of right now. The deaths of these important characters may have been saved until the last season. But if the comic book ending is any indication, many of the characters who have been a part of the boys since the start will be leaving the program. Thus, in Season 5, more than only the dishonest heroes are in danger. For more videos, subscribe.